This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Headed our way, comedian Nath Valvo will be here this Friday with his solo show, Anyway Back to Me, at the Oasis Comedy Club. And then he's going to be doing a couple of gigs around town Friday night and Saturday night as well. But he joins us now.
Hi, Nath.
Via
Hi,
Nath.
Zoom.
Now,
Good morning, Perth.
Let's talk about what happened. So, Sean McManus is interesting. Just beforehand, he said to me, you know what? The only thing I've ever bought online is still those pair of shoes. So he's not really technically in the world. But you're sitting there, you've got a Zoom picture of the background of a beautiful beach destination.
Palm tree.
Yeah,
Sean
yeah.
walked in and said...
I just walked in and I saw the beach and the palm tree, the wind going through the palm tree, and I thought, man, he's coming to Perth. He'd want to get a wriggle on. Looks like he's in Fiji at the minute.
Yeah, no, Sean goes, where is he?
That's what I was thinking.
beautiful.
He's in Fiji.
And it looks really windy, and yet your hair's not moving or anything.
And then I said to Sean, Nat and I said to Sean, no, that's Zoom. And then Sean said, did he do that or did we do that? Was it he did it? What are you...
Didn't know I was doing an interview with my dad this morning. What's going on here?
It's wonderful behind you.
How big is the font on your phone? Get it out, check. Yeah, how crazy is the font size on parents' phone, by the way? Do you need people in space to read your messages?
Yes.
That is crazy.
Hey, you know what? No. I'm all for it. I need reading glasses, and I had to decide what's worse. Having to reach for my glasses to read a text message, or just to be at peace with the fact that the boomer font is actually excellent.
You're
and I can't
using
lie,
the boomer font.
I've leaned in. I've got it up to like disability mode on my
Up to blind
on my
people
iPhone.
level. Blind people can see it.
Just do what I do. If I don't have my glasses, I just screenshot it and then enlarge it so that I can see.
Yes, that's a
Or
good
can I
idea.
throw something else in the mix?
Discreetly.
You always want to be trending, and like, what about? Let's bring back the monocle. It's not as hard to put your glasses on. You just pull it out of your pocket on a chain and whack it on your eye.
Yeah, they
and
were
you
really onto
monopoly it.
something.
Yeah.
But do you know what else I've done recently, which is life-changing? I every now and then I cannot stop looking at other people's phone screens. So even if I don't know you, and we're in a waiting room and you're on your phone, I will be looking at what you're looking at. I just if I'm on a flight, my eyes are darting everywhere. But what you can do now is you can get a screen thing that no one else can see your screen except
It's like window tinting.
It's like
yeah,
a tint, and you can't
okay.
see from an angle. Yeah, no,
I
you know the dirty things those people are up to.
Well, I've got one. So what are you saying?
Draw your own conclusions.
Hey, Nate, what have you found that people have been into when you've just peered over their
Yeah.
shoulders looking at their phone?
Oh, do you know what my favourite thing is?
Yeah.
This is happening a lot more because I fly a lot because of gigs.
Yep.
Nothing says dad more than flight tracking the flight that you're sitting on.
Oh my god!
Agree.
And I have seen it at least 3 times now. So I've seen a dad
Yes.
sitting there flight tracking the flight he's
Yes.
sitting on.
Making the most of the free Wi-Fi.
Yes. How much information do you need?
That is insane.
I know.
Who was a celebrity that we had in here that time? And he said that someone had handed him their phone to look at something, and then they had.
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
remember, and it was a nude photo.
Guy
of-
Sebastian.
Guy
Guy
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
So like someone handed him his phone, and then did Guy move one of the
Yeah, I
photos
think he
back
went
or
with
whatever,
one.
and it was this guy at
Yeah.
full attention. I'm surprised you haven't
Oh.
seen that on. Have you seen anyone look for dirty pictures on their phones?
Well, no. This is also why I got the screen protector because,
You know.
that's how I kill time in a doctor's waiting room, is just sending the husband some deep pics. I had to edit myself then.
Well, you can't sit there and watch
it just resting on a 1982 woman's day.
I mean, those are terrible. They're all hairy. Times have changed.
Now, Nate, getting back to the reason why you've got the palm tree up in the
Yes.
background, it looks like you're in Fiji. Windy conditions.
yes.
Why have you put that cover up? Give us a rundown.
Now, listen, I know Perth had a very different experience to Melbourne in a little time we call COVID.
Yes,
and I
we-
hate to bring that up, but
We're fine with it. We're out and about.
yeah, because you were out having orgies and all sorts of stuff while we were
spitting each other's mouths. It was fun.
while we were seeing one person a year. I did so many Zoom gigs to pay the bills. So I was doing like comedy spots for accounting firms and all this kind of stuff.
good
Oh my
times.
god!
It was, can I tell you the worst heckle I've ever had in my career? This during COVID once I did an online Zoom comedy gig where everyone was watching from their own house.
Yeah.
And so on my screen, I could see like 20 people in a grid, like the Brady Bunch, watching, and a lady's cat fell asleep.
You got to do more cat-related
Oh, my
gags,
God.
Nate. That's
So it's not someone yelling out, "You're not funny" or "Get a job" or whatever. It was a cat falling asleep on someone's lap during a Zoom gig. I mean, that makes you question your life's choices. Let me tell you that.
so.
But anywho, during those gigs, I noticed we rent in a house that's all grey and white, and all the walls are so boring and awful, and it looks like I am in a waiting room or I'm in hospital or something. So I had to give it some showbiz jazz.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I like to shop, but I'm not like crazy about waiting for a range to come out. People get so excited these days.
You ordered
Nate.
32 hats, Nathan.
Yeah, no, but it's not a range. It's not a new
It's not a
range.
range.
It's not like a social media movement where everyone goes,
Sure.
"Oh my God!" You remember the bluey gnomes? Everyone went
Yes.
mental over
mental.
those
Yeah.
stuff. The reject shop has got people excited.
Oh.
I know things
They've
are
got
going
their own range
viral.
in the reject shop. I thought the
Yes.
reject shop was just the rejects from everywhere else.
Well, I'm thinking it's a range they've brought in,
Yeah, right.
and it's called CottageCore. So they've selected so it's imagine little
A cozy
cottagey,
little cottage
little
vibe.
cottagey sort of things. There's one chick that was a huge fan of the collection. She basically went in there and talked about her love of buying all this mushroom themed
Paraphernalia.
It's a mushroom plate. She got a mushroom soap dispenser, mushroom salt and pepper shakers,
too much
mushroom
mushroom
candles,
already.
mushroom measuring spoons, and mugs from the range. Another woman went in and picked up the entire range again, and she said the lady looked at her concerned because when she bought all the stuff in the mushroom range, she also was wearing a mushroom skirt.
Wow.
That was the red
She really
with
is
the polka
leaning
dots
into the
in there.
mushroom vibe.
Well, I think you got that for free when you bought the whole range.
Imagine, Sean, if you've gone home. Okay, Sean, it's back in your day, right, when you were slaying ladies.
Yeah.
And you went into that situation in the kitchen, it was just full of mushroom stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what are we thinking?
Like,
Maybe
How good looking are they?
yeah, I was going to say, it's
First of
the
all,
classic.
Can I put up with this?
She's a 10, but
She's hot as
she's
chips.
a 10, but
I'm
she's got the
sticking around.
entire
Yeah,
range of mushroom
Yeah, that's
paraphernalia
cool.
from the
I'll be like,
reject
pass
shop.
me the salt and pepper.
If any woman right now is single and they've got the mushroom range, I just a heads up, if you bring a man home, just hide this stuff in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Because that is, he's not going to understand it, nor he's not going to know what to do with it.
I'm going to see the matching skirt. You can see that playing a part in this. You know, the red,
Also,
the red
after
skirt with the white
recent
mushroom dots.
events, it's I don't know,
Oh,
just
the
seems
mushroom
somewhat,
dinner.
somewhat
Natalie.
threatening to
No,
there
that
to be
does,
mushrooms
does.
everywhere. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, look, there's bloody squirrels poking out of it.
It looks
I mean,
very much a kid's party setup.
It does. It does.
It does. I think when someone maybe has that and it's very childlike in
It's
their house,
cutesy, is what it is. Yeah.
It
a lot.
draws some questions. Another chick in there, she's wasn't excited about the mushroom part of the CottageCore range. She was excited about the foxes. Oh my
Oh.
God, I love anything with foxes on it. I'm in trouble, she says.
I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble. Another one says, oh, the foxes are the best. They've got foxes and owls on them. They're the cutest shopping bags. Don't run. Run, don't walk, they said. Run, don't walk.
They
Get
said.
into the reject store.
Don't run. You might break all the mushrooms.
People that love things with certain thing on it.
It's okay to like that, but to have everything is a lot.
It's
Do
a
you know what I mean? It's
commitment.
a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
When I was at uni, I played netball with a girl who everything in her life was purple. So she had, like, she would always just wear head to toe purple.
Yeah.
But she drove a purple car. She had purple hair, obviously. She, in her bedroom, like purple doona cover, purple pillowcases, purple rug, purple curtains. Just everything
a
was
lot.
purple. I'm like, that is too much purple.
Yeah.
That is too much.
And it's
purple.
jarring
And I
too.
love
And
you love
And I
purple.
love
It's,
purple.
it's jarring as well because like when you you're just doing your little collection, you got your mushrooms everywhere, you're so excited. People like us, we don't understand that world. So when you invite us into your world, we think we're getting murdered.
It's confronting. I mean, the only good thing about somebody that likes foxes is that if you have to buy them a
Natalie,
present,
you know to buy them the
what
fox
to get
crap.
them. You just buy
That's
anything
easy.
with a fox on it. That's guaranteed.
and
It's-
knowing
it's
that
a
this
gimme.
woman loves mushrooms, so she's
Yes.
bought that entire range of mushrooms. That range in itself is too much.
Yes.
Let alone what she already got at home.
That's right.
That's insane.
So people are absolutely frothing the new CottageCore range at the Reject Shop. This isn't an ad, by the way.
No.
No cash for comment here.
There's like foxes and owls and stuff, but
mushroom.
The more full-on stuff is the mushroom range of.
But they're kind of toadstools, really, technically.
Yeah, they look like the Mario Brothers ones.
Yeah, so the red one with the dots on it.
But
and you can get that in
shakers,
everything.
Candles, measuring spoons, mugs,
Yeah, cake stands,
plates, all of it.
And people are buying the whole
All
lot.
of it.
And so we want to talk about those people that are into something in a big way.
Yeah.
Katie's in Forestfield. Good morning, Katie.
Morning.
Katie, tread carefully.
Is this you, Katie?
It is me, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
thank you for calling and owning up to it.
Thank you so
What
much.
are you really into so much that it's everywhere in your house?
Cows.
Cows.
Loves the
no.
cows. The black and white
Katie.
puddles.
I've seen your kind.
It's a real throwback to the 90s.
So what have you got, Katie?
So, started off when I was in an indoor hockey team and we called ourselves Cows with Guns.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
everybody in the team had a cow name: Silly Cow, Holy Cow, Old Cow, Mad Cow, things like that.
What were
Yeah.
you? What were you?
Holy Cow.
Holy cow.
Holy cow, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd link that.
I have Holy Cow on my number plate.
Sweetheart.
For my hen's night, I dressed up as a cow.
Oh, no.
Went to the pub, yep. And for my wedding, I got
your wedding.
dinner service. I got a dinner service with cow print on it. Everything with cow print. Salt and pepper shaker, teacups, everything, teapot, glasses, anything with cow print on it. My wedding cake even had cows on it.
Whoa.
Your
Yep,
wedding
that
cake had cows
so
on
is
it.
your husband as
wedding.
into cows as you are?
No. So
So-
he thinks it's hilarious, though. But, yeah, things have trailed off slightly as I've got a bit older. But still, we still get together as our cow group. Shout out to my cows, by the way.
They go to the movies.
Holiday down in Quarramup.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Every time any of us go down to Corrimup, there's photos of all the cows go down the WhatsApp group.
Remember when I painted the
yeah.
cow for the...
Nathan did.
Oh, yeah,
Cows
remember that cow exhibition that was
everywhere.
going around?
Yeah,
I
there's still
pa-
heaps down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had to paint one of those cows.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Katie, you would have done that. You would have gone down to Quarramup and through Margaret River area seeing the
Oh,
cows.
yeah, love that. Yeah.
There
we
you
take
go.
photos, sat on them and everything. Yeah.
Our own Nathan Morris.
Mate. Harry just... I'm so sorry, Katie. Harry just faded you down because he's sickened by what he's hearing.
Lots of people are obsessed with lots of things.
Okay.
Okay, Harry.
Katie's love for cows. We have to move on, is that what you're saying? Carmelo is in Mundajong. Morning, Carmelo.
Morning, guys. How are
Hey,
you?
yeah, great, Carmelo.
What's your take on this, Carmelo?
So I went clubbing about a month ago and went home with a nice young lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got back to her house and realised she had a Barbie gnome in her garden.
A Barbie gnome
Gnome.
in her garden.
Okay, so that's just
Yeah,
one gnome.
just one.
Surely that wasn't a.
Okay,
you know,
so that's a gnome that's in the what?
it's pink in the
It's
style
just
of
pink,
The
Barbie.
yeah.
little garden gnome.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, I get to the front door. She whips out her keys and there's Barbie on her keys.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Keep
Okay.
going.
I was like, maybe that's just a coincidence. She opens her front door. It's pink everywhere. Barbie wallpapers, Barbie everything, Barbie dolls to the roof, Barbie jackets, Barbie everything, like the kids' doll.
What did you
Yeah.
do? Did you give her a good kenning?
I gave her a good penny.
Yeah, exactly. Whilst he's saying all this stuff, none of it put him off from walking out the door.
Close my eyes. It's fine.
I'm leaving in 7 minutes.
But you don't go back, do you? Do you go back? Did you call her again, Carmelo?
I definitely did because it gave me something to do in the morning. I was playing with the Barbie doll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
play
of
with the
course.
Barbie doll.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Or was it a good night in her dream house?
It was a very good night in her dream house in the motormobile.
Thanks, Carmelo.
Thanks, Carmelo.
Oh, he's not to be swayed by
No
just a
way.
few Barbie
Doesn't
dolls.
put him off.
Demi's in Baldivis. Hello.
Good morning, guys.
Hey,
Demi.
Demi. Okay, talk to us. Who is into something? Is it you?
No, it's my stepmom, but I feel like I can't compete with a good canning in a dream house now.
Good
Give it a
kenning.
shot. Okay, so talk to us about your stepmom. What's she right into?
Dolphin.
Oh, the dolphin people.
mean, dolphins
the
are
dolphin
great.
people.
Dolphins
They remind me. They're the dream catcher people.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
They're the crystal set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much dolphin stuff has she got? Run us through it.
So, excuse me, she has, like, in her laundry and bathroom is pretty much a shrine to dolphins. She's got ornaments, clocks. She buys dolphin calendars and pulls out her favourite photos and puts them in frames.
Dolphin frames.
Oh, wait, what do you mean? She pulls out her favourite photos of dolphins
Yep.
and puts them in
Her favourite
frames.
pictures and
So
then
there's
puts them in frames. And
No
puts them
pictures
up
of
on
the
wall.
family. There's pictures of dolphins
Yeah.
that she doesn't even know.
and- No. In her bathroom, she's got the 3D foam stickers on every second tile.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, well, this is on every second tile.
Wow.
All right, so there's a
Holidays.
pattern to it.
And she's not crazy. Every tile would be too much.
Too much.
Spend 6 months a year in Monkey Mire.
Harry just pulled up a picture of
Yes.
Pat Mullins from
We Can Be Heroes.
We Can Be Heroes, and she loves dolphin stuff as well. So we're getting the idea of what
That's
it's about.
the Chris Lilly character. way
yeah,
back
yeah.
When. Yes.
She has a partner.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. How is he with the dolphins?
He's at peace with the dolphins now.
Yep.
He has learned to balance a ball on his nose, so it's okay.
And he does enjoy her blowhole. There you go.
Nathan.
You got your
I
own
was going
canning.
to say it.
Nathan beat you to it, Dan.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
We have Jeremy McGovern in the house. Always good to catch up with the Gov. We're going to be talking footy in a second, but we are exploring the world of the caravanning lifestyle, Gov. Last week I was hit the roads. We were talking about camping itself. You're not a you don't mind camping. You're a camper.
Yeah, love it. Yeah,
But the next level.
No, he said,
It's the life
he
of
goes,
the
I
caravaner.
am happiest in a swag.
Yeah.
Or he goes, or I want the biggest caravan in this range.
So the swag is perfect when it's you, when it's the whole family going.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got 3 kids, so
yeah. I'm more than happy with the swag. Just
Yes.
throw me in that. But I'm with 3 kids and a beautiful partner that need to be comfortable.
yes.
Which then I need to be comfortable as well
Sure.
if I'm
Gov,
dealing with them, I guess.
So
I took
open
the
your
fall.
wallet, mate.
I took the fall with a Jayco Swan one time. We went up
Yeah.
to Nalu, so both sides pop out. So you got 2 queen beds, and then we just took a tent and chucked 2 in there.
Yeah.
They're on the side.
Yeah,
His kids are little, though.
That's my dilemma is the height of most of the caravans. You got to duck.
Oh, of course.
So then you get the pop-up ones
Oh,
and
'cause
you
you're a
get the
giant
expanders,
freak.
Jayco
Yeah,
expanders.
yeah.
But then it's like I've got to pull that in and out every single time we're going everywhere.
Yeah.
A little bit of pain in the ass, but
Yeah.
I'll leave them and I'll just roll the swag out.
I
It's
do-
sort of what
okay.
I
Yeah.
do love going with
Get coming
Dad to the caravan and camping show. You love going to that
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, it's awesome.
And I just love that everyone you see walk out of a caravan because everyone's having a look in there
Yeah.
and everyone's imagining it being theirs. And every single person, you can hear this one phrase all over the whole thing is, oh, I could live in that.
So true.
Everyone always convinces themselves they can shed all their worldly belongings
Yes.
and live in a caravan.
Yeah.
And every single person looks like they're about to buy and they never buy.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah, I'll pick
then they
this
look
one
at
up,
the
then-
price tag on it. It's like, oh,
You
maybe
keep
not.
walking around down at South Perth there. You're walking around and then just walk out the door with nothing.
Yes.
I was the same with the swags because they were all on sale because they had the mad sale on the last day.
Yeah.
And everything's just slashed because they want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, come back and get it. And
But
next
it's
thing
even
you know-
but even at those
Talk a big game.
caravan shows, even the accessories you get stuck
Oh,
down
yeah.
on,
Nathan.
like all the silicone things like a buckets or cups or whatever, and they all
Yes.
collapse. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I need everything to collapse.
Yeah, it's almost it's too overwhelming.
It's
Now
too
you end
much.
up with nothing. You go
it's
there
too
with these
much.
big ideas and you got the chest puffed out. Here we go. I'm going to absolutely
Yeah.
get a bargain day and walk out with nothing.
Yeah, you do.
So,
Absolutely.
still good fun.
Well, we're all the same. That's perfect.
Yeah.
This weekend, mate, you got a big game against the North Melbourne Kangaroos.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of people just go pencil this one in, but it's not that easy.
Nah.
It's not that easy.
No, definitely not. No, there's no way. I don't think any team in the comp's thinking about penciling one in at all. Even if you've seen last night with
Yeah,
with
no.
Richmond.
How was that?
Yeah, if you're a little bit off, you're getting beaten by any side. So we're not taking it lightly for sure, and it should be a good game. Another Saturday Arvo game, which is nice for the fans. But yeah, it should be good.
The new kid got a game straight away, so he kicked,
Yeah.
5 in the Resis, and he's
Straight in.
promoted.
Jack
How's that?
Hutchinson,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It's amazing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a great story. I think we had Ryan Marrick last year. I think it was. He
Yep.
pretty much come straight
Yep.
in as well.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. And it's great. It's great for the AFL and the mid-season draft. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with him, and I'm glad he's got an opportunity to show off the bat.
So what time does the game finish?
About
5-ish,
6.
yeah, 5, yeah.
The game actual finish, or when I leave? When
you leave.
About 6:30, I reckon.
And then what do you do? So this is
7
Saturdays, all right? I don't
Saturday,
know.
yeah.
All right, so then I don't know anything. So then Saturday night, what do you do after a game on a Saturday night? What happens?
it was a bit of a shock because we don't normally have had Saturday games.
I know.
So
Now
it
you've
was
had
like,
2 in a row.
I was walking around my house going, what? The world's my oyster here.
Yeah.
I was about to go hit the town.
Straight to hippie club, eh?
Yeah, no,
Like
and then
the
I
good
just
old
looked
days.
and remembered I've got 3 kids.
So do you do anything fun at home? Like, what will you do?
Mate, I'll light me fire out the back, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll-
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, do that and have a couple of quiet drinks
And
by
just sit
myself.
at the back in the...
Yeah, just me and
by
Maddie.
yourself?
No, well, my partner Maddie's there with me, so
Oh, my
I do
mum.
that,
My
but-
dad doesn't sit with my mum.
I'll do that. But yeah, look, we might have an opportunity to try have a beer with everyone and
Yeah.
chew the fat, but
nice.
no, not too much.
Oh, because you have the buy the following week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
normally you can,
So you're
pin the
essentially on
shoulders back.
holidays tomorrow at
You know
about
what? I
6:30.
didn't even realise that. So yeah, I'm absolutely painting the town red.
Yeah, so exciting.
Done. Well done.
Nah, they won't
Drop
be
the
out
kids
there.
off here this afternoon.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
We were just talking to Jeremy McGovern, and he and Sean got into a stoush about the relative merits of the Overlander Roadhouse versus the
Billabong.
He-
Can't forget that.
Gov's pro Billabong.
Jeremy
You're-
left because
It was too controversial.
they'll
Like, we're just never going to agree on
Yeah,
this.
so we thought, you know what? Let's bring more people into the argument.
Yes.
Hello, Todd.
G'day, how you going?
Good,
All right?
Todd.
Have you got a roadhouse for us to visit, Toddy?
The Roebuck Bay Roadhouse, 12 mile just out of Broome.
I've been
it's
there.
the best of both worlds for,
Yes.
for Gov and bloody Shawnee.
Why is that?
Okay.
They got what do you call it? Sausage rolls, size of your fist, and bloody really good taste. And then later on, it's that tastes good. Later on, like half an hour later, you'll have a burp. Oh, that's that sausage roll again.
The repeat. 2 for 1.
You get to enjoy it forever.
And then they've got they got the bar there. They got the tavern as well, and they same thing. They have bloody plates. Those big hotel plates you use.
Yes.
And they have palmies and the bloody
I've had
what
the
do you call it,
palmy
the
there.
T-bone. The
Yeah.
size of the plate is the T-bone. You got how they get the chips and shit on chips and all that sort of stuff on.
Hey, Todd, what are the prices like? Oh, good?
No, they're bloody pretty good actually. No. I when I'm down there, I always try and just drive out there to have a meal out there, or whatever, just with some mates that I know from Broome. Let's go out to the Rowie down.
Yeah.
Down.
You have
Roebuck
to,
Tavern.
it's a great thing.
How
You
far
just go
away is
there-
the Rowie from
It's
here?
not, from here.
Oh, no, from here.
Yeah, quite
We're 2
away.
days.
I know, because I want one of those sausage rolls. I want someone to bring me
Toddy,
one.
my
Well, maybe
mate was
Todd can
there
bring
the
one.
other day, 3 days ago, and Carlton Dry schooners, $5 all day.
Well, that's worth the drive itself. Harry, what are you doing
$5.
What are you doing tomorrow, Harry?
$5 for a schooner.
Hey, Todd, you sold
Crazy.
the hell out of that then. Thank
The
you.
Roebuck Bay Roadhouse. Well done, Toddy.
Hey, Cassie.
Oh, hello.
Hi,
Cass.
Cassie.
Okay,
All right,
where are we gonna go?
jump into the mix. What do you got for us?
Okay, Ginger's Roadhouse in Upper Swan have the best dim sims.
How can you have
They
the
are-
best dim
Is that the one?
sims?
That's Caterby. Is that Caterby?
Oh, Canopy.
No.
No, it's near there?
No. It's on your way to Bullsbrook.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
so
but you
closer.
barely left home.
Nah.
No,
That's not the right
that's great. This is accessible to us. This is accessible to us.
Yes,
You leave her alone.
And
Yeah.
well, the best thing about the dim sims is they batter them in this thick batter.
Yes.
And it's so crispy, and if you're extra lucky, you get the little bits that peel off, and you
that bit's
put a little bit of chicken salt on top, and it's perfect.
Wow.
I just cannot.
Okay.
Nathan's
even-
an addict, and
I'm-
he's
Yeah,
going to start sweating in a second.
I'm a
Yes.
recovering addict.
And
Yes, I know.
this could be
I've
what
heard you talk
I'm
about
breaks
4
the
years
drought.
sober
Yeah.
for dim
you've got to
sims.
try it. You've got to try it. And
Oh, you
the other
can't
thing
say
is-
that.
can't
He's just
say
got
that.
sober.
No, look, I think that I've addressed the problem. I just need to be monitored. So I would like
Cassie
to
is-
go to Ginger's and I would like to try these dim
Cassie
sims.
is an enabler. That's what she is.
But there was a stage there where I was lying to people saying who the dim sims were from for four.
You know,
they were
this is
for
a
you.
slippery slope, mate.
And I was eating them in private.
we
you
don't
need
want
not
you to
to
slide back
yeah.
into
I
addiction.
don't want to either,
No,
Natalie.
But
It
we
was
know
6 a
what,
day. It was a
I know,
6 a day
we know.
habit.
Cassie, you don't know what you've just done.
Ginger's, the way
and
they
it's
were.
close.
How far away
Right.
is Ginger's? Okay, let's put it in my
It's not far, Nathan.
Upper
From
Swan.
your house, it's not far at all.
Oh, my God. I
Ryan's in
can't.
Butler. Hello, Ryan.
Ryan.
Hey, how are you?
Oh,
Ryan.
Now-
I'm falling off the perch,
What
Ryan.
roadhouse have we got? Where are you going to send us?
I tell you what, if you want to get some angry truck drivers talking with a smile, ask them about roadhouses. Because
Okay.
every single roadhouse you've described, I was like, oh, yeah. Like Ginger's have got those, what are the triangle curry puff things? They got
Oh,
those.
yes,
samosas.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's got wicked samosas at Ginger's, but otherwise not.
Hey, Ryan, can I, before you tell us your one, can I get your pick on you would know Billabong versus the Overlander? Where do you sit on that?
I never used to stop at the Overlander because you'd always have to fight the grey nomads for parking.
And what, you can't take one of them down, hey?
Billabong, yes. I totally forgot about Billabong. That was unreal. That's like an hour out of Geraldton or something. It's north
Yeah,
of
that's
Geraldton,
right. That's true.
Billabong.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Give us yours.
Yeah, what's your pick of the bunch?
Oh, well, if you want, like, the best food, you got to go to Chittering Roadhouse. Like, it's been a while, but back then that was unreal, the food there. And it was a welcome home, you know. You got up into the hills and you got a steak sandwich on your way home. It was unreal.
That's
really
cool.
good food there because it's all fresh cooked, you know. It's not like sitting in the Bain Marie.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you were talking, it made me remember there's a roadhouse called Caldera Pub. It's a roadhouse. It's South Australia, North and Territory border.
Yeah.
It's like the furthest distance from any other pub. It's claim.
Yes.
But when you walk in, right, there's a very striking Asian lady behind the counter. And you walk in, you go, how you going? She goes, how you going, mate? And you just like, I went red in the face. I was like, embarrassed because I was so, like, taken back by it, you know? And, but she was the funniest lady, too, you know? Like, just losing it, you know? She
That's
just
the
takes the
best.
piss out of you the whole time, you know?
Ryan, you are a joy.
Hey,
Thank
Ryan,
you.
do you, as a truck driver, is that one of your joys of the day, going to like knowing the roadhouse is coming up? And is that the thing you look forward to?
Well, yeah, because you get a bit, you know, it gets a bit boring just listening to books and sitting.
Yeah.
So you like a bit of connect or a bit of talking, you know? And it helps when the food's good.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to me, drives to listen to audiobooks.
What sort of what are you hauling, Ryan?
Oh, I used to do, like, they call it hot shots to the vines, like when they want something really quick, I take it straight up there.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good. I'm
You're
going,
like an express courier.
So Ginger's is 44 minutes away from here.
What about from your house, though, Nathan? It's much closer from your house.
Oh, yeah, it'll probably be
It's not
about
gonna take long at all.
30 minutes from my house.
Someone's weekend sorted. Oh, my God.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We want to know people that work from cafes.
Yeah.
We want to know the whole scenario. I mean, it was good enough for J.K. Rowling. She wrote Harry Potter from cafes around Edinburgh and used their heating because it was too cold.
Did she really?
This
Okay.
chick said, how many coffees should I be buying to warrant my time there, you know, to justify it? And then people were saying about one coffee per hour. And I was just thinking, how much is the coffee?
Yeah, $5.
$5 an hour for a office space.
You're taking
it's quite
their power.
cheap. There'll be some people pushing the envelope, though.
No
They'll
doubt,
be pushing the friendship. That's what we were talking about.
Andrew's in Kelmscott. Hello.
Oh, g'day, guys. How are you?
Hey, good,
Andrew. What's your take on it?
Yeah, my take. I go to Dome, a local Kelmscott Dome, so I'm sitting in a booth, and we had this guy for about 2-3 weeks, and he's on speaker, linked up to America and Europe, and he was sitting there for 2.5 hours, absolutely taking the piss to the max.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you know, after the second week, I said, look, can you keep it down? And hence, I was 6'5" standing up. He doesn't go back anymore. But you know, you go to Dome to have a quiet breakfast, read the paper, chill music, and this guy's on speaker doing video link-up business for 2.5. I said, mate, you're taking the piss.
He wanted everybody to know how important he was.
Important business meetings.
Yeah, look, I'm talking to Europe.
Yeah, no, I hope I attract a woman. Is what that was all about.
I'm glad you did that, Andrew.
Just trying to have an early breakfast and chill.
Yeah.
And you're on speaker.
I know.
That's my mum's favourite place.
It's to the max.
Yeah, good on you, mate. You got rid of him
Andrew.
in a nutshell.
Kim, hello.
Hi there.
Hey, Kim.
All right, Kim, what's your take on it?
So I used to work in a cafe, and this guy came in, and he was wanting just a pot of tea, nice and simple. He then asked for the Wi-Fi code, which we didn't give him because it mucked up our Wi-Fi in the shop.
Yes.
He then asked for a PowerPoint. He was like, I need this, I need to call. So he then gave him the PowerPoint. He linked up to a Zoom call in America. Sat with his pot of tea for 4 hours.
What? How much is a pot of tea, Kim? How much is a pot of tea?
At the time, it was $4.50.
Yes.
He then complained loudly that the music was too loud.
No.
It was so bad. The customers were annoying him. There was too much children. He then refused. He then went crazy because we refused to refill his pot of tea with hot water. To like rebrew his tea leaves.
Yes.
And I said to him, no, I think it's not got anything.
Yes.
He He then left us a 1-star review on Google.
Oh, that is rude.
Yeah, to say that we were so horrible to him. Our tea was from a floor. It was literally T2 tea bags, and they were really good. And he was like, it was disgusting. The service I received was disgusting. They didn't have Wi-Fi. Are they in the Stone Age? Like, it was so bad.
I cannot believe it. So this guy basically, like, he was acting like you and the cafe moved into his office.
Yes. Yeah, and you were his personal helpers.
We were literally inconveniencing him, It was so bad. And he came in, like, really, really charming to start with. He was like, oh, girls, how are you? And, like, really, really nice. And we were like, oh, he's really cool. And then, within, like, 10 minutes, we were like, oh, maybe we don't want him in the cafe.
Can I say, this is where Google reviews are really dangerous.
That's right.
Because someone like that, and people are so ready to hate on the internet, someone like that with their effed up perspective of what happened because he's acting like he was wronged, do that. They drag your business down. Other people then see it and pile on.
Yeah.
It's
outrageous that you've got no right of reply.
And listen to what he did.
Yeah, exactly. I know, rude. Thanks, Kim. Belinda's in Wembley. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good, Belinda. We're getting fired up.
Yeah, what's your take on working from cafes?
Well, I'm guilty, and I probably owe my last cafe rent. But then they closed down, and I moved to this local new guy down the road, and I started working there. It was during COVID every day.
I wonder how long does it take for you to close him down too?
Well. We ended up dating and hanging out. And then I fell pregnant, and we now have a little child together.
Hooked up with the cafe owner, and so now you're allowed to stay in there as long as you like.
Oh my God,
Melinda, what kind of? So when you turned up on a daily thing, what were you intending to do? How much work?
She was working.
No, like how much work? Like, so how long did it take for you to catch each other's eyes?
Well, I feel like for me, like he will tell it from his perspective. He's like, that's why you were there every day. But I was like, no, my cafe down the road closed down, so I needed to find a new workspace.
Yes. He thought you were you're coming on to me. Look at you here every day. It's like I don't know where else to go.
So I would get there at 7, like showing up for work, get my coffee, and then I'd be buying lunch and having all my meetings in there.
Oh, really? You're there for a long time.
Okay, so how long did it take from you frequenting that place and doing work from there to the time where you realised that you two were going to be doing something?
Probably. So I first met him, and then I was back in Canberra for work, and then there was a lockdown from September. When I got back until December, we got together at the Christmas, so 3 months.
Can I just say the amount of people now that are single going, I've never even thought about this.
Exactly. Hit up my barista.
You just got to look for the hot baristas and settle in and get the clients in there and do your meetings. And
I mean, like a cafe owner, you're going to get coffee for the rest of your life.
Hey, Bella, does he still own the cafe?
He is just about to do a pop-up. He ended up selling the cafe. That's another long story. But he's just about to get to launch his pop-up, which will be a van. So stay tuned.
Oh, okay. Let us know what's going on. No one is part of this love van.
Keep us posted. You want to come and rub it to luck or something?
I know.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Check out Channel 9 to see Boiling Point, swimmers' greatest rivalry. We'll be able to see the Australians versus the Americans over the last couple of decades.
Went down.
Oh, they were punching on left, right and centre. We're talking about really the action in the pool, not the punch-ons.
I know.
Some of our greatest Olympians are going to be on show in that, in interviews. We'll be able to see Ian Thorpe, Ariana Titmus, Duncan Armstrong, Laurie Lawrence going off his head, Gian Rooney, to name a few. But this man will also feature
one
heavily.
One of the greats.
Michael Klim, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Clemmy.
Thanks for having me.
Clemmy, where are you right now?
I'm in Bali. just up the road from you guys.
Yeah, the northern suburbs for us people in WA.
Hey, Clemmy, before we get stuck into the swimming stuff, I was reading an article the other day that the locals and the authorities in Bali are enraged because they said the Russians are out of control there since they've all fled there from the Ukraine situation. Have you noticed that?
Absolutely. They all have these hotted up mopeds or scooters, and they're bright colours and they're riding around. Yeah, it's madness. But
that sounds terrible.
There was a social media couple, right? Two chicks that were filming something, obviously for one of the their sites, and one of them was on top of a petrol pump. With the petrol pump pouring petrol over the other one while she was acting like all Zoolander.
Oh, you're joking.
Like, what are you doing?
It's a smoking country. What suburb do you live in, Clemmy, by the way?
I live in Brower, so between Seminyak and Canggu, so not far from all that craziness.
Yeah,
Luckily,
bit of Motel Mexicola action.
Yeah.
Where's your nearest swimming pool?
Well, the Finns Recreation Club. So, when you're coming over, come and say hello.
What are you just doing some laps?
Well, I've got one of my swim schools out of the centre here, so I'm on there coaching pretty much every day when I'm back in Bali. But
wow.
I've been here since COVID. Actually, I went back to the sport that I love.
That's awesome.
Climmy,
enjoying that at the moment.
I was at a swim squad yesterday, and one of the things where they, you're doing some technique stuff, and they go, all right, next 50 metres, we're doing the Climmy. So you've inspired a whole coaching fraternity
it's almost
to teach
a new stroke, really, isn't it, in and of itself?
Well, you're training with Bill Kirby, were you?
I know Bill well. Kynwyn Roberts, I believe you met Kynwyn at some stage along the journey.
Yes, I did indeed. And look, it's obviously I work on that stroke, and I tried to swim like my training partner Alex Popov, who was 6'8" and had this amazing wingspan, and he swam so efficiently and delicately almost, and I just couldn't do it very well and very quickly. So I had to find my own kind of niche, and that was that's what came out. And then obviously it got me to a couple quick times, and especially in that 4x1 in Sydney. But yeah, I'm glad that people are calling it the Climmy. So,
okay, so when you first start doing that, because it's not a right technique, did they try and correct it before letting you go for it?
Oh, not at all. I mean, at that point in time, you just try and think outside the square, and I think as an athlete, everyone has their little influences that make you better. And for me, I was doing it as a drill as well. It didn't have a name at the time, but I was doing it, and I realised that I was actually feeling really dynamic and powerful, and my coach and I said, let's just leave it as it is, and the rest is history.
I've never said to myself, I'm feeling dynamic and powerful. Doing anything, so that's great.
I mean, you hinted at that relay, but it is one of the all-time great races, as far as Australians are concerned, and the fact that the Yanks were talking themselves up, and Gary Hall Jr. was mouthing off and kissing his guns all the time, and so it was like a movie, really, wasn't it? The whole thing.
It was, and I think that not many races that I'm aware of had this kind of theatre, this drama that went around with it, and obviously we had Gary, who was, he was a character, and he's. To this day, he's one of my best friends, and we stay in contact, and I catch up with him whenever I'm in the US. And
do you wear your medal?
But, no. It's look. He does have a little bit of a sore spot because he felt that he was misinterpreted, and I agree. There was a big article that he wrote in the Sports Illustrated magazine saying that the Aussie swim team is going to be the toughest swim team to beat. But he thinks that they can smash us like his Gibson guitars. He was trying to give his sponsor a plug, and that didn't go too well at the end.
No, it didn't.
That's so funny.
Of course. What a team you had. Thorpe in there. You talked about Bill Kirby before, Eamon Sullivan, all West Australians.
So was that the time when Thorpe was wearing that whole bodysuit?
Yeah. Look, and there was some drama with that too. You nearly missed that relay, and we'll go into that in a little bit more detail in the doco. And there's we had managers on one end with Thorpe, and then we had another manager giving us updates, and we were we were pretending nothing was going on, but we knew potentially we might be a 3x100 freestyle relay team, which wasn't going to cut it. But so there was all these little things that were happening on the day. But I mean, the build-up obviously of that relay was just phenomenal. Having Thorpe had won a gold medal an hour prior, and then that crowd of 17,000 people at the Sydney pool has never been kind of seen before, and it just went nuts.
Hey, we're looking at it now, right? So talking about the swimsuit that everyone in the world was talking about, what was it like? How are the athletes reacting to that Thorpe's full body swimsuit?
Look, I think there were people that kind of divided the swimming world, because I think there were some purists like Alex and some of the older statesmen, and even Kieran to a degree for quite some time. didn't want to jump on board. But I think, with any sport, there's got to be technology and evolution, and I was all for it. I obviously, Thorpe had his brand in Adidas, I had mine in Speedo, and we'd work closely with them to get the best suit we possibly could.
Yeah, he wore all of it. You wore none of it.
If you've got a rig like what we're seeing at the moment, like Climmy had a super rig, you wouldn't be wearing a shirt and a half,
cover it up.
No.
So in butterfly, I had the top off, so just the legs. So just a sneak peek for the butterfly, but had to cover up for the freestyle. So
hey, Climmy, on that though, there's been a lot. I mean, obviously those suits have been banned in that extent in recent times. So when I was thinking back to it, how's the advantage you would have got? Because I've worn a suit when I've swum long distance, and the difference in feeling is poles apart.
The buoyancy,
and the buoyancy you get. So do we? I'm not knocking.
Is there an asterisk next to the record?
Well,
is that what you're asking?
Yeah, going that way because he's wearing a full bodysuit.
Yeah, but it was legal at the time, so
but he was wearing flippers
so
too.
at the time, those wetsuits weren't like a wetsuit material. They were purely just textile, and they were Lycra, and they were coated, and they had a certain sort of pattern to them. So the water, they actually, if anything, they grabbed water. So then when the swimmer was going past, it would be water on water rather than water against skin, which is created more friction. So it drags little bubbles and water along with your body. So you fly through the water quicker. But look, I think that I wish that there was better sort of regulations when those suits came in, and we could have had a nice kind of progression into the suits now, because now they had to sort of go all the way back to to what the guys were wearing before 2000, which is a shame, because in every other sport and tennis rackets and golf clubs, etc., everything's progressed except for swimming.
Now, for a lot of people, a lot of men, including me, it's a daunting thing to even think about putting on a pair of Speedos. But that was your work. That was your work gear. When do you think you're going to give up the Speedos? Around what age? Because there should be an age where people should give them up.
Sean, we're looking at you.
No, I actually think you do. No, there's an age, but then you're allowed to come back once you hit just over 40.
No,
over 40, a lot later than that. I reckon.
A lot later.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Climmy?
Well, look, I'm already into boardies. I don't. Unless I'm on the beach, I don't wear budgie smugglers.
Sean. He's Olympian wearing boardies. You're wearing Speedos.
Mate, get the rig out there, brother. You're in Bali. You can get away with it because I think you're international.
It's a different rig now to what it used to be.
Hey, talking about your rig, we just saw your rig, right? We just saw your rig back in the day. Is that a good memory just to think back and like when you look down and you saw all abs and stuff? Is that good? 'Cause I don't have that memory at all logged in me.
It's a little bit sad. That it kind of goes away.
Too much Nazi goring, obviously. Come on. I reckon you still look all right, Climmy. Don't worry.
Hey, Climmy, and the good connection we have for you in Perth in 1998. That's when you won most of your world championships over here at Challenge Stadium.
Yeah, I've always had a really good connection with Perth, but also the swimmers from WA, and Todd Pearson and Bill Kirby and Eamon, who you mentioned, and those guys were, I lived with them for many years, and I really enjoyed coming to Perth, not only for competitions but training camps, but that World Championships in '98, it kind of set off my career. It really, I guess, brought me to to the world of swimming, and I love going back to Perth.
Yeah, Thorpe too. He had a good one that
he did his 16 then, had giant feet. It's all happening.
Amazing.
Then.
All right, remember everyone, he wears boardies now.
Sean, we're looking at you.
The black ones.
Climmy, how old are you?
I'm 46.
You'll come back to the.
Well, being Eastern European, I reckon I might bring the budgie smugglers and a gold chain back.
No, you know what it is? When people walk away from it and then they come back to it in their, say, their mid-60s or their 70s, then it becomes a G-banger. It's ridiculous. They go a step too far.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.